As you can see, this is what solidarity looks like. The mother of Andrew Coffey IV and the mother of Gualtieri, your Indian River County Sheriff's Department, were all those deputies back to business as usual.
Gifford man could claim self-defense in Indian River County Sheriff's SWAT drug raid. Lori K. Blandford, Lori.Blandford at tcpom.com, published 11:47 a.m. Eastern Time, September 29, 2017. Indian River County. The 23-year-old Gifford man, facing multiple charges after a sheriff's drug raid of his home in March, could claim self-defense, according to court documents. Andrew Jeffrey Coffey IV, of the 4500 block of 35th Avenue, was indicted by a grand jury in July on 6 charges: second-degree felony murder with a firearm related to the death of his girlfriend, 3 counts of attempted first-degree murder of a law enforcement officer by discharging a firearm, shooting or throwing a deadly missile, and possession of a firearm or ammunition by a convicted felon. The charges stem from a special weapons and tactics team raid about 5:30 a.m. March 19. As members moved into position around the home, the team was compromised, according to court documents. Coffey IV's father, Andrew Coffey III, walked out of the same door the team was about to enter. Coffey III was quickly taken into custody, according to court documents. Team members then started to break out windows and continued to announce "Sheriff's Office, search warrant" throughout the operation. They took on gunfire from inside the house and returned the gunfire, shooting and killing 21-year-old Alteria Woods inside, who was staying at the home, according to court documents. Coffey IV then was taken into custody. Andrew Coffey III. Andrew Coffey III, photo, contributed photo from Indian River County Jail. Both have been in the Indian River County Jail ever since. Coffey IV without bail and Coffey III with a $63,000 bail based on multiple drug-related charges. A grand jury cleared SWAT team members of any criminal charges on July 19, and a sheriff's office internal investigation completed August 18 cleared them of any violations of policies and procedures. An order approved August 3 allows Coffey's attorney to spend up to $2,500 for an expert witness in the area of excessive force, according to court documents. The defense hired Dennis Root and Associates, which employs investigators and expert consultants. It was founded by former law enforcement officer and Martin County Sheriff candidate Dennis Root, who served as an expert witness at the trial of George Zimmerman. The charges stem from a SWAT team raid of the Coffey family home, according to court documents. An issue in this case is whether excessive force was used. If so, Coffey may be entitled to raise a self-defense argument. However, if Coffey IV is convicted, the court will decide the amount to be imposed as a lien against him. Changing lawyers. Within 2 months, Coffey IV went through 3 lawyers, including an assistant public defender and 2 private attorneys. The local public defender's office asked to withdraw from the case in early July because the office already represented Ryan Hanna, a witness for the prosecution. The necessary and proper defense of Coffey IV, and the privileged and confidential attorney-client relationship of Hanna with the office are so adverse and hostile that a conflict of interest exists, according to court documents. Andrew Coffey IV stands before County Judge Joe Wild. Andrew Coffey IV stands before County Judge Joe Wild via video from the Indian River County Jail, Friday, July 21, 2017, at the Indian River County Courthouse. Photo, Patrick Dove/TC-POM. Coffey IV wrote a letter to Circuit Judge Cynthia Cox about Assistant Public Defender Alan Hunt, who was assigned to the case, not acting in Coffey IV's best interests. The series of events surrounding this incident indicate that I was caught in an uncompromising situation and in no way provoked it, Coffey IV wrote. Coffey IV wrote to Cox again in August about Hunt's inadequate performance, saying Coffey IV did some of his own research and thought certain motions should have been filed to help him with his case. Hunt no longer was Coffey IV's attorney when the letter was written. In another August letter, Coffee 4 wrote to Cox about his grand jury indictment on July 18. A lawyer from Palm Beach Gardens, Jacob Noble, had been assigned to the case July 17, and Coffee 4 didn't get the notice about speaking at the grand jury hearing until after the deadline. He wrote, "I feel like I was deprived a fair chance to speak at the grand jury hearing after I was invited to do so by the state attorney's office," Coffee 4 wrote. A month later, Vero Beach lawyer Julia Graves was assigned to represent him. Andrew Coffee 4 appears before Judge Joe Wild March 20, 2017, in connection with a fatal shooting in Gifford March 19, 2017. Elliot Jones /tcpom.com Wacket. Material witness. Hannah, a 39-year-old material witness in the case, didn't show up for the grand jury hearing July 18 despite a subpoena ordering her to do so. Sheriff's officials were ordered to take Hannah into custody. They didn't find Hannah until the next night, well after the grand jury adjourned that day. She was arrested and charged with possessing drug paraphernalia and resisting an officer without violence. She pleaded guilty to both charges and was sentenced to serve 2 months in the Indian River County Jail. She also was charged with contempt of court. Ryan Hannah. Ryan Hannah, photo, contributed photo from Indian River County Jail. Hannah was a material witness because she previously told investigators she saw law enforcement officials entering the area of the Coffee home and called Coffee 3 to warn him they were about to conduct an operation on his house, according to court documents. Caitlin Brown, who was in bed with Coffee 3 that morning, told investigators she remembered him getting a phone call from a woman who warned him law enforcement officials were around his house, according to court documents. Brown heard him respond, "What, the police are here," before he got out of bed and walked out his bedroom door. Hannah was given 2 subpoenas on July 13, one for the next day and one for the grand jury on July 18. On July 14, the state explained the importance of honoring her subpoena for the grand jury and the consequences of not showing up. Ms. Hannah's phone call promoted Mr. Coffee 3 to open his front door and walk outside, thereby compromising the SWAT team's entry/search warrant, according to the court documents. The state feels she will in no way be cooperative with the prosecution of this case, thereby impeding justice. Hannah, who admitted August 23 to the violation of not showing up for the grand jury, is scheduled for sentencing October 4, according to court records. Documents in the case include more than 2,000 pages and 40 CDs and DVDs, according to court records. The next status hearing in the case is scheduled for December 12. Michael Marsh spoke Friday in front of the Indian River County Courthouse with Toana Ruffin and Yolanda Woods, mothers of Andrew Coffee 4 and Alteria Woods, standing behind him. Lori K. Blandford /TCPOM.
You're charged with shooting or throwing a deadly missile into a dwelling, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, attempted murder of a law enforcement officer, possession of cocaine, possession of alprazolam, possession of hydrocodone, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia. 8 different charges. Read through the affidavit, find there's probable cause. Afford to hire your own lawyer?
No, sir.
I'll temporarily appoint the public defender. You'll need to fill out the application.
Good afternoon. It's a sad day in Indian River County. Anytime we have a 21-year-old resident of our county lose her life in a tragic incident involving career criminals and essentially cowards. At 5:45 this morning, the Indian River County Sheriff's Office SWAT team effectuated a search warrant on a known drug house. As the deputies approached the known drug house to effectuate the warrant, Andrew Coffee III, our deputies, our SWAT team members returned fire in essentially a firefight. In doing so, unfortunately, one of the rounds. Today, we mourn the loss of Alteria Woods, and our thoughts and prayers go to her family of a horrible criminal act. To work this crime scene, we have discovered additional drugs, which obviously we knew this was a drug house, cocaine, pills, crack cocaine, powder cocaine, and the like, as well as an assortment of some type of firearms that we're certain were used. At this time, Andrew Coffey III has been formally charged with attempted murder on a law enforcement officer, as well as on in the streets of Gifford.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I'd like to thank you for all your years of support through the years. As a result, this channel has grown and allowed me an equity partnership in carmarshal.com. Please take the time to check them out. They help you buy and sell your next car, even have a negotiating tool to save you from the hassle of haggling with multiple dealers. The link is in the description below. Please click and help support and give if you can too through PayPal or Patreon. Thanks again.